Okay, good morning. Thank you for having me here today. And my company is manufacturing of the scrubber system and as well as ballast water treatment system. Aura is a headache to the owner. We are handling headache items. So what I brought here today is the SOx regulation. We are facing SOx regulation reduction now. And we have several solutions for that, including scrubber system. So I want to take a look. So you were aware of the 2020, we will have that 0.5% sulfur content reduction. So let's skip it. So ballast water treatment system, ballast water convention, already you have witnessed so many postponing in the initial stage. So many expecting this time again, sulfur content reduction regulation will be another postponing again. But Mr. Rim, IMO Secretary General, they never turning back. Implementation of the SOx reduction will be coming to force as scheduled. And International Chamber of Shipping, IMO Secretary General Peter Hinckley said absolutely no possibility to postponing for SOx regulations. So that's why we have to pace 2020 SOx content reduction regulation now. So there are largely three methods to reduce sulfur content to the 0.5, 0.1%. Largely, first one is SOx scrubber installation. There is very simple, just use HFO. Just use HFO, no change of oil. But the economical way is the long-term fuel cost is having economical beneficial point. But initial installation cost and space constraint in the existing vessels are not like that. Very, some big trouble to existing vessel. Also, not only Ubinic ships. And secondary item is the low sulfur fuel using MGO, ultra low sulfur HFO, is the safe initial bidding cost or safe CAPEX cost, but a lack of supply chain worldwide, and also the low viscosity of the MGO or low sulfur, low viscosity make the ablation or wear of the engine damage to impact. So this the study says. Last thing is LNG fueled gas. It's definitely eco-friendly system. No SOx, no NOx emission is also considering CO2 emission can be possible reduced. But high shipbuilding cost and lack of supply chain is also could be problem. So before 2020, up to next year, maybe high sulfur oil can be used. But after 2020, starting 2020, more ultra low sulfur oil or MGO will be used, increasingly used. And after that, following that is scrubber system installation is secondary solution. Listed thing is the LNG used will be predictable. So many shipping company and the charterer think about preparation. Just using low sulfur fuel oil at the 60%, 68% now ratio after following the scrubber system, and LNG and others in the 11% now is showing that. So now they are thinking about they don't want to change fuel and ultra low sulfur, but secondary scrubber system also they have deep consideration now. I already mentioned is the low sulfur fuel is no initial cost, just change of fuel and the most simple method. But weakness is high cost, I'll explain later, high cost for the operation and risk of damaging existing facility. MGO is low viscosity, most impact on damage to abrasion, wear of the cylinder liner, and also clogging problem is the low viscosity make the clogging problem here. It's studied by KR. So that's oil major company and then refinery companies is now starting working on it to solve the problem, and we are expecting a solution for that. Now you can see the HFO price now is $280 US per ton. Now, but NGO reached out 460. So many expect this price spread reached out 250 US dollar per ton. So it means installing scrubber get payback rather than payback within short time, rather use the MGO. So LNG fuel vessel is the most eco-friendly system, but high big building cost and change of the gas tank is a very weak point, and the lack of supply chain, and also safety issue we have to consider. So that's definitely an MGO, using MGO, low sulfur oil, and definitely using LNG is definitely have the pros and cons. So Hapag Lloyd, they studied a conversion of the 15,000 TEU container ship and the conversion of the retrofit vessel. If they go for LNG fuel gas conversion, it totally costed $25 million. But instead, the scrubber system installation, more or less the 1/10 million US dollar less, 50 million is conversion retrofit cost is occurred. The last thing is the scrubber system. So no need to fuel exchange, just use HFO and the long-term operation cost. But weakness is initial cost installation, and now you have to look up space in the panel case inside space. Also existing power consumption also consider it. So normally it's the tanker, VACC, and the new bidding cost is 3 million or 5 million, including bidding cost. And the retrofit vessel is 4 million up to 8 million is reached out. It's including the normally calculation equipment cost, for example, 1 million. Retrofit cost is 1 million multiplied 1.2. So total 2.2 million, something like that you have to calculation in method. And also pure consumption altogether. So VACC case, it takes 2 years or up to 3 years payback time comparing to using MGO. So in my country, Korea, is now new bidding, many new bidding states. 2016, scrub is no option for not many scrub system installed. But now it's increasingly, very dramatically increasingly, scrub system used 86% in the new bidding stage. And also, but non-scrubber means no scrubber installed. It's just they make, Shibona make the pre-space and the provision things they will ready for it now. So Clarkson says that up to now, 1863 ships now is installed in scrub system, and then now the percentage is 1.9%, and ships gross tonnage is 9%, 4%. But it means that the percentages look small, but the number is dramatically increasing now. So, but Clarkson is the October update. Our company is the leading group for the scrubber system market share now. And also scrubber technology, the open loop is and hybrid is also used together for the scrubber market. So normally all scrubber manufacturer is supplying U-type and inline type together, U-type shape. U-type is more high efficiency and low wash water consumption and easy maintenance. And weakness is more like because the width is more larger, so space is some large space and constraint and complicated structure. But inline type, directly bottom of the engine generator, it just gets flow out easily. It can be easily in the case furnace inside, but there is no, it's compared to U-type. U-type has bypass line, but inline type there is no bypass line. That's why one by one in container vessel, one by one they used inline type. One main engine, 2 generator, something like that. They use 3 scrubber body itself. So one by one, a scrubber can be adopted. But no bypass line is a very weak point for the inline type. So now trend is U-type and with bypass line. Something more functioning scrubber body, it just gets flow out directly bypass. So this is a normal process. We use seawater as scrubbing water intake seawater from to flow through into scrub body. We encounter just gas inlet, and this sulfur can be observed in the seawater. This wasted seawater go discharged to overboard, and clean gas will go out in the air. During this process, we monitors in gas monitoring and water monitoring system. Gas monitoring measuring and CO2 SO2 ratio, and it real-time alarming for this system meet regulation or not. And water is measuring and the pH, turbidity, something like that. Closed loop is this scrubbing water. Normally, open sea, this scrubbing water can be discharged to the open sea, but some of Belgium and German, some of states, US states, cannot discharge seawater. So that's why we keeping seawater in holding tank in circulation. Circulation is our key point. But keep circulation, keep scrubber using, maybe this water lost ion and alkalinity. That's why caustic soda, we put in the caustic soda alkalinity, and we keep good condition of scrubbing process. All manufacturers are using same method. Yeah, I skip it. So we can also offer open and closed mode together. So now, up to now, it's 398 days. What do we do? 2026 regulation, what do we do? We see what happened. Thank you for listening.